Hey Lynn, it's Al. It is Sunday. I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's 4:45. I hope you're well. I have to show you some exercises. The first exercise I want to show you we haven't done before, so I want to go over that first. It's called a clamshell. I would like you to do these with your back against either the wall or against a couch or something that's solid that you can put your whole back against. I'm going to go get into the position now, and I'm going to do a couple. If you want, you can just jump in and start right now. You can technically do these off the wall, but one of the things that we're going to be practicing is keeping that hip still when we do the clamshell. And for most beginners, it's a lot easier if you just go ahead and put your back against something. And that way you don't have to worry about that so much. You can really work on firing the glute and trying to really rotate the leg up. So let me show you what I'm talking about. The clamshell is called a clamshell because your legs at the top of the motion resembles an open clamshell. So I'm going to press my back and my hip against this. So it could be a wall or anything like that. And I'm going to bend my legs up so that I have a 90-degree bend at my hip and as close to a 90-degree bend at my knee. So I kind of look like a chair that's fallen on its side. I like to put my hand under here, just kind of cradle my head, so I don't want my head, tucked too much. If you have a pillow or bolster, by all means, you can put that underneath your head. Then you're going to take your top hand, you're going to make a fist, and you're going to dig your fist in between whatever you're pressing against in your hip. That's going to push your hip out a little bit, but we want that. And then pressing our 2 feet together and keeping them together the whole time, we're going to lift up that top leg and press the bottom leg into the floor, and then pull the knee down. And when we pull the knee down, we're going to press the knee into the floor. So the bottom leg presses down into the floor, the top leg comes up, the feet squeeze together, and then you bring it down and you squeeze both down again. 2 things you want to be worried about. You want the hip to stay still, so it's the leg that's moving. You're not moving the whole hip to get leg motion. That's why you always want to check, make sure you're tight up against the wall. Slide a hand or a fist back there just to wedge it in, make sure it's nice and tight. Squeeze your feet together. Breathe in, belt buckle up. And press your knees away. And then press both legs down. Press your knees away from each other. And then press them both down into the floor. Press your knees away and down. I always like to kind of breathe in on the way up because that sets your lower back a little bit better, gets your belt buckle up. The fact of the matter is that eventually you'll be good, whether you're breathing in or out. And so I'm constantly pulling my belt buckle up, trying to press my back into the wall or into the mat. I'm feeling this all through here, and I'm actually feeling it over on the other side a little bit too, because this leg is pressing into the floor. That's helping to stabilize the bottom of the hip. The wall in your hand is helping to stabilize the top of the hip. Squeeze the feet together and press, pull, press, pull. Notice, I don't know, how many have we done? 20 maybe, 25. This is the largest muscle in your body, and it has actually a lot of endurance. And what will happen is you won't be able to raise your knee quite as far, but if you bring it all the way down and take another breath, that muscle is ready to go ahead and fire again. And so the only thing that happens is the amount that your knee goes up will sometimes decrease. And we don't mind that because we're worried about keeping this still, keeping that belt buckle up, squeezing from the glute. Collarbone up, belt buckle up. So you're tucking that belt buckle up. And when you do it right, you can't lift your knee as far and you feel it more in your butt. And that's what we want. And we're going to get 2 more. And then to rest, I always just let this leg come forward and that leg go out, and that just kind of stretches me all through here. I want you to think about sets of 25 to 30. Now, obviously, you'd flip over, do the other side. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have time. I actually have to go to a dinner. But so you want to do 25 to 30 one side, flip over, push your back against the wall, get yourself into a chair position, 90 degree at the hip, 90 degree at the knees. Press those feet together hard, and then you're pressing the bottom leg into the floor and you're raising the top leg without moving that hip. When you flip to the other side, the side that you were just working is now on the floor, and it will also get tired. That's absolutely normal. You go as long as you can with good form. That is the thing that has to drive everything. I don't care how slow you go. I don't care how small the range of motion is. What I want is those hips still and the belt buckle and the hip tucked. Because when the hip is not moving and it's tucked up, then we know that the entire glute muscle and the leg muscle are doing most of the work. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Bye-bye.